We all have those things that annoy us in games, whether they be certain mechanics, DLC, or the dreaded always online connection for a single player game. It's about time we stood up and told these things to fuck right off in unison. And I'm going to put forward these 5 candidates. There won't be any season pass, day 1 DLC or bugs rant in this because you don't need me to tell you why they are shite. And plenty of people have done that already, so we start with
Number 5.
Climbing sections. I don't want climbing sections to go away entirely, but Christ, do something to liven them up a bit. And how many times do they want to do the ledge collapsing as you're about to grab onto it trick? There's not a single person out there who still finds that surprising. Climbing has just become a dull, tedious affair now. There's no challenge to them at all. In most games, climbing sections are almost impossible to cock up. In Assassin's Creed, the only time you'll die whilst climbing is when the controls mess up. Syndicate knew climbing was a load of bollocks, which is why they gave you the grappling hook. Though to be fair, I Am Alive and Tomb Raider did try some things to make the act a bit more engaging. With I Am Alive you had a stamina meter to add some tension, and Tomb Raider you had to actually dig your pickaxe into some surfaces, but it's not enough. Find a way to make them more engaging or just throw them in the bin with the other mechanics that were a stupid idea, like degradable weapons.
Number 4.
Hey, that's not a plan.
Real heroes don't need plans.
You sure?
Yeah. Moms are tough. I told you, didn't I? Moms are tough.
Hang on, baby! Your hero's on the way!
Cheesy dialogue. Who reads these kind of scripts and goes, yes, quality dialogue right there? Fair enough in games that are played for laughs like Deadly Premonition, but it's when games are trying to be serious and cool like Final Fantasy 13, it just makes me cringe myself through my own arse. It just pulls me right out of the experience and even makes me feel dirty for playing the game. I don't know how this kind of dialogue gets through. Yes, something might get lost in translation, but surely someone must read it and think, no. I mean, when Troy Baker recorded some of Snow's lines, why didn't he go,
This is total shite like.
please, if someone out there knows how this kind of dialogue gets into games, let me know because I'm really curious.
Number 3.
The sequel bait ending. This is okay with 1 or 2 entries in a series, but when your franchise spans more than 8 games, it's about time to wrap it up. Assassin's Creed. And it's a dangerous trend to set in an industry where some companies consider selling 5 million copies of their game disappointing. There's always the chance your sequel will never get made. Some of the best books, movies, and games all have tight one-part narratives with a beginning, middle, and end. Like climbing sections, it's not something I'm completely against. I mean, there's plenty of amazing sequels out there, but they need to be used responsibly.
Number 2.
Updates and installs. We've all done it. We get our game, journey home, come in all excited, put the disc in and... oh, for fuck's sake. It's all the bullshit of a PC without the convenience of a console. It was just such a simpler time when you could put a game in and it would just work, you know? And I know this is rare, but some people do not have the internet. Yes, they do indeed walk among us. And with games like Tony Hawk 5, they would be completely screwed. This game had a patch that was larger than the actual game itself. Without downloading it, all you had access to was the tutorial, create a park, and a handful of the single player levels. Okay, this is an extreme case, but patches are getting larger and larger and wasting more of our precious time.
Number 1.
Enemies with pinpoint accuracy. Oh, the old we can't be bothered to program good AI, so let's make all the enemies able to shoot someone's foreskin off from 12,000 miles away trick. I see this in so many games. How many of you played where you have 2 types of enemies? Ones that charge at you with melee weapons and hyper-accurate gun wielders, who nail you all the time once the melee enemies get you out of cover. I've never fired a gun, so I suppose I'm not that qualified, but I can imagine they're quite heavy and pretty difficult to shoot whilst on the move, something your enemies never have trouble with. It just really takes me out of the experience when an enemy is sprinting about the place while shooting and hitting you from ridiculous distances away. I'm not asking for ultra realism in every game. A simpler fix would be make the enemies less accurate but deal more damage. It's clearly used as a way to cover up shit AI and it can get right in the sea.